Hari Om, everyone. Welcome to the live show. Thank you so much for all those who have joined the live session. I'm so thankful to you. In today's session, what we're going to talk about, of course, I told you about anti-aging tea. Now, why anti-aging? Why should we anti-age? Okay, so why is it important for us to anti-age? Because we are all human beings and we breathe in, breathe out. What do we breathe in? We breathe in the air around us, and your circulatory system only picks up oxygen from there, right? And gives it to the entire cells. All your cells need oxygen to live, to do whatever job they are assigned to do. Your cells need oxygen. But do you also know that oxygen ages you faster? You would have seen how you cut an apple and leave it on the table for about a few minutes, and you'll start seeing a layer forming on it. Or peel potato and put it up, and you'll see how the oxidation happens and it starts aging, isn't it? Now, while oxygen is the most important, the prana aspect of the breath, how come we are breathing and we are becoming older is something that people have, question about. But it is because of the oxygen that we are aging. However, if you want to age in style, what you need to do is you need to negate the effects of oxygen in the body. How would you do that? In the kitchen, in the Indian kitchen, especially in the form of herbs, spices, etc., where you would see dried flower. For example, um, anise, star anise is a flower that is in the dried form. There are some pods, elaichi, for example. There are some seeds like the dhania seeds. These are herbs, spices that are used in the Indian kitchen in various, methods of cooking. We use them, and for aroma, for flavor, people add. But did you ever think that these ingredients have also got anti-oxidation properties that can help you reverse age, that can help cure certain diseases that we have? And this is what we were traditionally doing. If you knew the history of coffee or tea, both were not the origins of India at all. They were got into India as a trade element. If I know correctly, um, I think in somewhere in the 17th, 18th century was when coffee beans were smuggled into India, and they started plantation in Karnataka, in the areas of Karnataka, and that's how it started growing. And tea came in when the Britishers started ruling us. They got it as an item, trade item, and they started growing. Tea. There are multiple blends. There are multiple varieties of tea now grown. Assam is where it started. It all started in Assam, right? So today you go out to a coffee shop or a tea shop, you get you. It's like a menu card of numerous things that you can buy from there and consume. But these are not Indian origin. How many of you know this? All right. So what did we drink before that? We were all drinking kashayas, traditional kashayas. To be precise, now we call it green teas. These are the ones that we were drinking, our ancestors were drinking. And doctors used to recommend certain herb blends to resolve certain issues in the body. They had fever, they would say, okay, take this combination, blend them, boil them for a certain amount of time, and then if you want a sweetener, you add a sweetener and then consume that. That will resolve the problem. You had digestive disorders, you have detoxing you want to do. Here are the ingredients. This is how the doctors treated in those days. Eventually, when we got used to the coffee beans and the tea leaves, we started consuming tea and coffee. I'm not saying they are wrong. No, don't take me wrong here. Tea, coffee are good, provided they are not consumed as the first item of your intake in the morning. As soon as you get up, somebody needs coffee or tea at the bed is the wrong thing to do, because it causes a lot of inflammation. Now, when I say this, people will be like, I've been drinking for ages, nothing happened to me, I'm still alive. You are, because you're not observing. If you very keenly observe, each sip, you finish your tea, after sip by sip, you will observe inflammation. Not many people will be able to catch the inflammation or understand that this is inflammation, but in many bodies, tea, coffee causes inflammation. Forget about inflammation. How about drug addiction? Many such youth who had to shell out their entire life, or their parents are still struggling to get them out of the addiction, and these because they were accessible to drugs. Here is another drug that is right at home, and we are legally buying them. Coffee addiction, tea addiction is no less than a drug addiction, I would say. And the amount of sugar that goes into it, 1 spoon, 2 spoon, one full cube, two full cube, sugar free, right? In some form or the other, we end up putting a lot of processed sugar in that to be able to make it tastier and better. Some drink it double strong. What do they call it? Cappuccino. Oh no, cappuccino. And double mocha, mocha. What all names? I can't even pronounce half of them. If you are taking it as a first ingredient in the morning, it is bound to cause some kind of an inflammation in your body. We don't know it because we don't observe. After we drink, what do? We get busy with what we have to do. We finish our daily chores, get ready, hit the road, go to office, finish up all the work that we have to do, eat at break, what not, and then it all vanished. You didn't even feel it, but your stomach did, right? So what can we do to curtail the use of coffee? When I say curtail, coffee is good to drink, tea is good to drink once in a while. Now what is once in a while? It's not every day, isn't it? It is maybe once in a week, once in 2 weeks, once in a month, or once in 3 months. This is once in a while. Not once every day I drink. That's all I do. Observe after you drink what happens. Inflammation is bound to happen, and this is what we are trying to avoid. We are trying to remove any such toxin from the body through some of the kashayas. The detoxing kashayas we're going to talk about in the upcoming days. There are totally 5 different aspects that I have worked on. For today, we're going to talk about anti-aging, and there is one tea that I've already got ready. I'm going to play that for you, and we are going to watch that. The ingredients are very simple. Most of them are available at home, and let me also tell you the most interesting thing is some of them are thrown away without we knowing that they are having medicinal values. One such example I have right on my table. Now, here is anar chilka. This is pomegranate skin that I have saved. This is dry enough. Now I'm going to grind this and put it in a glass jar and going to use it. But even otherwise, since this is in the dry form, you could still pop it in the teapot and then make kashaya out of it and drink. So the tea that you're going to see today, that is made with the dry form of the bark, or even the fresh form. As you buy the pomegranate, you can peel, use the dana, give the dana to children, you eat it yourself, and then save them as a fresh peel also you can use, or in the dried form you can use. Alternatively, if these two are not available, you can also use the bark of pomegranate plant tree, and that has so many medicinal values. It will help you purify the blood. Okay, people that are having issues with blood not being as pure, and because of which there are various toxins accumulated in the blood, those can be easily removed. And when you cleanse the blood, since it circulates and takes the prana, every cell of your body gets the oxygen, the food that we eat, all the nutrients that goes in, all the vitamins, minerals, everything is distributed to all the cells through the circulatory system. So your blood gets purified, then it starts delivering the purest form of prana, and that helps in anti-aging. So today's ingredients: the um, anar chilka, which is the pomegranate peel, and mint, right? So I would request the video be played, Karthik. Hariom everyone. Here's another interesting combination for anti-aging. This time we are going to use the pomegranate peel, and not the infusion method. We're going to make it on the stove. So bring the water to boil and then add the pomegranate peel, and then about 6 to 8 mint leaves. Oh ho ho, look at the color. So the pomegranate peel has a unique, very light, very light yellowish green color that it releases when it is put in the water. Right, so we're going to use jaggery for this. Right, so another 30 seconds I'm going to turn off the stove. So let me put the jaggery in. And then let's turn off the stove. Right, so before you pour out, give it a nice mix and then stain it off. Look at that yellowish green color. There you go. Go ahead, taste it. Mint. The mint is what is very evidently tasting. The peel of the pomegranate, since we didn't crush it, has a very mild taste in it, and very beneficial for improving the texture, color of your skin. Basically will help you reverse age. So go ahead, try it and let me know. Okay, so was that difficult? Yeah. How many of you are like, oh no, Sriram, I just ate around 4 o'clock. I ate the pomegranate and threw all the peels. Right? It's okay, no problem. Next time when you buy pomegranate, make sure that you save the peel. You can sun dry them and then store it. Either blend it, make it coarse powder, and use a glass jar to store it, and that should be good. If not, if you want to make it fresh, you can use a fresh peel as well, no issues. But the bark powder is available in any Ayurveda store. If you can buy that also and keep, that's very beneficial. Trust me, um, all these herbs have not been gotten out into the today's world. We are um, always looking at something that is very easily available. We don't want to do the kind of exercise that it needs to get to eating the right stuff, which is why we have everything at the press of a button. Even if you need a coffee, you just press a few buttons and you have coffee, tea delivered at home. All right, but try the kashaya now. Here's another very beautiful ingredient that I have been using for over 14-15 months now. Mishri. Now, sugar has a blend, right? It has a lot of chemicals for it to free flow, for it to crystallize, for it to look whiter. They add in a lot of chemicals, they bleach it, etc. Blah blah blah. Right? So here is dhaga mishri. In most of the kashaya videos that I have done, I've used dhaga mishri wherever it is appropriate. Otherwise, jaggery, if it is available in the authentic form, not as good. Sorry, not, I wouldn't say it's as bad as sugar, but yeah, it is about maybe 60% better, right? So if we can get the traditional jaggery or the dhaga mishri, desi khand is another option for sweetener. If not all these, then honey. But here is a challenge: honey should never be heated beyond the temperature that it is in. If it is in the room temperature, you should consume it in the room temperature. So if you want to use honey in any of your kashayas that you're making, make sure that the kashaya or tea is not more than lukewarm, right? And then you can pour in your honey. Do not cook honey at any cost, right? It will change the molecular structure, and that can be poisonous for our body. That can be toxic for our body. Now, when I say poisonous, it's not that you would drink and immediately die. Many people are like, oh my god, what is this guy saying? I've been consuming honey in the hot form since my childhood and blah blah blah. Trust me, you might not see the impacts of it right now, and once in a while if you do it, nothing might happen, but on the long run, it is definitely not good for you, for your body. So if you are watchful about these tiny teeny things and are able to make the kashaya the way I have shown, then you will start seeing reverse aging. Now, how many of us wouldn't love to reverse age and look a little younger? All of us would love to, isn't it? So go ahead, try this kashaya. While let me also tell you, while you're on the live session with me, this session is going to happen at the same time for the next 4 days, excluding today. From tomorrow, we're going to have a few more um, kashayas that I will be showing. Um, so today is 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. Also, we're going to have the session at 7 p.m. And tomorrow's topic is going to be detoxing. All right. So I'll show you a kashaya that helps in removing the toxins. Now, where are these toxins coming from? I don't need toxins. Where are these toxins coming from? It can come in the form of air. It can come in the form of water. It can also come in the form of food that we eat. So eliminating at least a part of these toxins are very very crucial, and the kashayas of the detox series will help you get there, right? So do join me tomorrow without fail, and I will be more than happy to answer any kind of questions that you might have right now. Let me see if I can open the chat section. All right, give me just a quick moment. um, can we drink daily? Vanati is asking. In a week, I would say at least about 8 9 kashayas. If you're able to give yourself, you're in good shape. So maybe one or two a day. You can restrict it to one during summer, because some of these ingredients, some of them are heat generating. So those have to be very carefully taken. You can try it for about 2 3 days, and you will see how it is changing the composition of your body, and accordingly you can change the ingredients quantity slightly. But yes, you can consume kashaya every day. At least one minimum, bare minimum you can take. I've been taking two, and I've done this for at least about 14 to 15 months so far. All right. Let me look at any other. How many times we can drink kashaya in a day? I just answered, Praveen. Once or two times is good. Okay. Any more questions? Let me see. Let me see. What's the best time to take it? I would say, Aisha, maybe in the morning. Maybe in the morning you can replace your coffee tea first thing in the morning, and you can have it. The best first thing to have in the morning is water. Water is like nectar for the body. If you drink first thing in the morning, as soon as you get up, you sit in the squatted position in malasana, and you drink at least about, you can start with very less quantity, but you can go up to 1 liter water first thing in the morning. Very 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 crucial. Why? All your organs have slept all night along with you. They have to be awakened. They are all in the dried form. They are all dehydrated. You need to hydrate them. So give them anything between half liter to 1 liter. You might say it is so challenging for me to drink 1 full liter water first thing in the morning. You can start with a small quantity, and gradually increase it. That should do. Don't go beyond 1 liter if unless if it is required. That will also help in easy elimination if anyone has a problem. Why malasana? Intestines enhance the absorption rate. Can kids drink? I would say maybe you can um, change the quantity you're using. Although we are using a few grams only, you can further reduce it. Take very very minute quantities for the kids, and yes, they can still drink if they like it. Now, the quantity of mishri or jaggery that you put in these kashayas for them might go up a little bit, which is perfectly all right. But yes, 5 6 year old kids can definitely drink. Dalchini or multani for sweetness. Yes, dalchini is also a very good ingredient. In I have used them in other kashayas. We will talk about dalchini as we go along. See, trust me. Um, at the tip of my tongue, I have about 25 different herbs that I can easily tell you what are the benefits. But there are more than 45 such ingredients that are available, and some of them I have used it in these kashaya videos. We will watch them over the next 4 days. You will understand how each of these, even without the blend, you can take shonti as one kashaya. Not in summer, but shonti is very very beneficial in arresting any live worm formation in the stomach, right? That's very very good for digestion. If not, shonti is the dried ginger. You can also use fresh ginger, and that helps enhance your digestive fire, remove any toxins in the body. There are various such benefits. So each ingredient can also be used as the tea as kashaya, but the blend is always good. How can we stop tea all of a sudden? Agila, very good question. Thank you. Thank you so much you asked. I was so glad. Now, I'm not saying stop it all of a sudden. Don't take me wrong again. If you are a lover of tea and you can't start your day without, go ahead, have it, no issues. But if you are keen on stopping the craving, try and postpone the desire by 15 minutes for the first few days and see. And if you're drinking 3 4 teas per day, try and restrict it to 2 teas maybe for the first 1 week, and then go to 1 tea. Eventually, over a period of 1 month, you can give up. Introduce these kashayas into your diet once or twice a day. To begin with, one day, once in a day should be good. And as you get used to, you can increase it to twice a day and see the most important thing, which is the energy. After you drink tea versus coffee, and after you drink these kashayas, how is your energy? How is your day? Observe this, and then keep telling your mind, tea is poison, tea is poison, tea is poison. And one day you will finally give it up. Green tea on empty stomach before yoga. Yes, you can replace this with anti-aging tea. See, any green tea is extremely good. I got a series of blends for anti-aging, for digestion, for detox, for metabolism, for immune boosting. Even the other green teas are good enough for you. And why am I saying coffee, tea should be avoided? They are good. They are extremely good if they are taken in the fresh form only. But the coffee that comes home, the tea that comes home, they were roasted and packed several months back with a lot of other stuff in it that are not required. There are some that are added for aroma. There are some that are added for longevity. Those are the ones that cause acidity. There are acid regulators as well that are added. You don't need those, I guess. Yes, you can use pomegranate fresh peel as well. What I used in the video is a fresh peel. What I have right beside me is a dried one. You can use both. You can use both, and they are extremely good. Oh, when I say both, either or, right? Either the fresh one or the dried one. Wash it, leave the pomegranate in maybe salt water, or there are even chemical solutions that are available. You could soak it for half an hour, or just use crystal salt, or even baking soda, put that in water, mix it well, drop the pomegranate on it, and then leave it for about maybe 30 minutes or so, wash it properly, and it is gone. Twice a day is good if it works well, Kamna. Twice a day is good. Where can I find more kashaya recipes? I'll tell you on the last day. There is a series of 30 different videos on all five different aspects I told you I have done, and they are ready. We will finish the live sessions, and on 14th, I will tell you where you can get them. They are there in the app, they are not live. That's it. How much quantity? Any tea, Sandhya, about 150 to 200 ml. Don't go beyond that. Maybe less also. 100 ml is also good. Again, depending on how you feel after drinking. If you think that is too much, you can reduce the quantity. If you think that is too less, increase the quantity. But 100 150 ml is ideal. Why am I not seeing old chats? For how long can you store the dried pomegranate peel? In the powdered form, if it is in an airtight container, give it about a month or maybe 20 days. All right, super. So, what other questions do you have? I have the comment section here. Let me open this and see. All right, I'm going to the old comments. Hari Om, sir. Good evening. Good evening. I'm just trying to see if there are any questions that I. For how many days can we store this? Recent one. Rachana has put the ingredients in the chat box. Thank you so much, Rachana. For how long the dried form can be stored? Answer that question. I'm just quickly going through all the questions. Okay. Twice a day answered. Oh wow. Most of the questions are answered, I guess. Kombucha. I'm going to talk about it in a couple of days. Kombucha. Wait for it. Vanati. Type 1 diabetic can use this kashaya. Hmm, I don't see a problem. Maybe the jaggery quantity of it can be a little less, I guess. Again, if the glycemic index post digestion is bad, then I would say avoid it. Or they can take it without the jaggery. Can I have it after dinner? No, I would say no, because um, you should allow the food to digest, and it would take anything between, depending on what you eat, between 2 to 3 hours. And having tea at night, tea energizes you, so don't try and drink it at night. At the night, in the night, you don't need that energy, you don't need to be awake, right? So let the melatonin produce in the night rather than taking that tea. All right, super wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. In case your question is not answered, tomorrow I'll share my number. You can directly ping me. And next 4 days, that is 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th, we're going to see one Kashaya each of the five series. Today we have seen one, next four, we're going to see in the next 4 days. On the last day, I will tell you if you're interested in more videos. There are a total of 30 Kashayas that I've already made, and I will tell you how you can get access to them on day 5. So stick with me, stay with me until the end, and you will be zapped, you will be zoomed. Most of you, trust me, I have tasted all these teas. Some of them are so damn good, you wouldn't believe. Thank you so much.